Get to the right morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Fitzy Fridays. Fitzy Fridays. Da, 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 da. Fitzy Fridays.
Ah, yes, Jade. You know how much I look forward to this time of the week. Mm-hmm. Real special time of the week. We get to speak to the one and only Ryan Fitzgerald. There he is, Fitzy.
Hazy, Jody, welcome to finals. This is where I would usually step up and ice the game in the last few seconds game, guys. This was my moment.
Yeah, okay.
Instead, your Crows boys are thinking about 2025.
Yeah, Riley Philthorpe just signed again for a 3-year extension. That's all we've got to look forward to. But I suppose, do we get behind Port Adelaide because we're South Australian? Absolutely no chance.
Oh, come on, Fitzy. There's two types of South Australians. There's ones that go, oh, you know what, may as well get behind Port now. And then there's Ryan Fitzgeralds of the world who just go, nah, screw those hippies. There's no way.
I don't think there's any way that we're parochial enough as South Australians to barrack for our opposition teams. No chance. Do you reckon a Port Adelaide supporter's going to go for the Crows if we were the only ones in the finals?
Yeah, spot on.
Probably
No,
not.
Not at all.
Probably not. You make a good point. Hey, Fitzy, I want to ask you about this because we were talking about it during the week. I don't know if you saw, but David Spears, who's a probably man in his 40s, came home from Scotland wearing his hat backwards. Much debate on this show about mature age men wearing their hat backwards. Where do you sit with it? I know you love a good cap.
I wear caps because I'm follically challenged, but not backwards. That is so bad. I'm sorry, you can't wear your hat backwards. The other one that my wife, BJ, is picking up with me at the moment, Jody, is wearing longer socks. You know how we've always worn the ankle socks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're wearing, I think I'm pretty hip because I've bought myself a pair of Adidas Sambas and I'm wearing socks that go halfway up my shin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do that as well.
It's a new thing, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Is BJ not doing that because they say it shows your age if you wear ankle socks now?
Yeah, she's an ankle socks wearing woman, but I'm the hip one in the family, man. I'm wearing some cream coloured socks that go up my shins.
Hey, just on that in terms of fashion, Fitzy, I've always wanted to ask you this. Whatever happened of MLS?
Oh, the Massive Loser squad.
Oh, yes.
So when Fitzy was your big brother, had
right.
MLS written all over. I was like, what is this brand? And it got trendy.
So-
you were an influencer before you knew what influencers were.
So when you, I've got a story for you. When you come out of Big Brother, the first person that you see is a psychiatrist who sits you down and they check your mental health just to see how you are. And they basically tell you, Jody, how you were perceived in the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
And this woman they have a scrapbook of some of the major headlines that you got while you were in there. It's unbelievable. Like, it blows your mind.
Yeah.
And the first thing this woman says to me, she opens this scrapbook and there's a headline and she goes, okay, I just need to inform you that your friends have made a lot of money from selling your T-shirts.
Oh, my goodness.
And so this was the deal, right? MLS, we, at one stage there after Big Brother, this is 20 years ago, we had $70,000 in a bank account from the amount of shirts that we sold.
Oh, my God.
And so, unfortunately, we decided to go on an Australian tour, and we basically pissed all the money up the wall, and then found out at the end of the financial year that we had a tax bill.
Oh, my God. So do you...
No.
Is that not ironic that the Massive Loser squad has stuffed up once again?
That's how MLS should go to heaven, I reckon. That's how it should finish up. So do you have any of that merch left? Like, that's a collector's item.
Yeah, we do. There's one, the original ones are the ones with Saddam Hussein on the sleeve. So we've still got those. He was the king of the Massive Losers.
Oh, okay, controversial.
Topical. Is that too soon, Joe?
Oh, just
to do that joke?
Is there a space where it's okay? I'm not sure.
But yeah, no, we still have some of the original T-shirts. So, after a few drinks every now and then, we like to crack them out.
Yeah,
take
nice.
a photo,
Fitzy, I know you're in the car. You're a very busy man, but thanks for talking to us as always. We love you.
No worries. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
We've got to address it. We've got to talk about it.
Where do you start?
Oh, where do you start? Port Adelaide took on the Cats last night in a qualifying final, and it didn't quite go to plan, Joe.
No, in fact, if Ken had a plan, it went to the opposite to his plan.
I don't think he planned to lose by 84 points. I'd hope not, anyway.
No. I mean, what happens now if they go out in straight sets? What does that mean?
Well, it means that, who knows? It means there'll be some changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there'll be some changes, and where those changes start and stop, that is a big question. But right now, that was an absolute disaster. On top of that, we're waiting to see exactly what happens with Zach Butters, because he was subbed off at half-time with rib soreness. Zach Butters, for the second time, voted the most courageous player in the AFL by his peers. So what I'm thinking is, Zach Butters went to the toilet and he was like, "It's a bit lumpy there." He's probably got a shattered rib. He'll get some scans today, but that is as big a disaster as it gets. Probably a bigger disaster would have been if Butters and Horne-Francis got injured.
Yeah.
Not looking good for Port Adelaide at the minute.
No, it's certainly not. And what about, I have to say, Chris Scott, 9 preliminary finals in 14 seasons.
Yeah, just on that as well. I always just say prelim final.
Do you?
Because I always slip up with preliminary.
That's tricky.
Just say prelim.
I've just discovered that the really hard way. It's like
hard,
10
isn't it?
past 6 on a Friday morning.
Oh,
Prelim
Chris
final.
Scott. Yeah, Chris Scott's got quite an unbelievable record. A few people saying as well, if he wins another flag this year, he's probably in the conversation for greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, goodness me. Okay, well, can you regroup from here if you're Port Adelaide?
I'm not sure. You've got to get through all the poo that's in the bed, because right now it's not just a little skid mark. Like there, it is. Like where did that happen? My meal was like, oh, there it is. Oh my god.
Okay, was that necessary?
Really?
Do you think?
Under the sheets?
Yeah.
For goodness sake.
What about
Go for a walk.
what about all those Port supporters who sort of left at 3/4 time and were out the front of the oval just saying, "We pay our money, we deserve better than this, we make up this club."
What about the video of the Port supporter that you showed me? Can you quickly take us through that?
There was one guy who decided to, let's say, relieve himself by the footbridge, as there are thousands upon thousands of people screaming out of the oval, and just a couple of mounted police had a conversation with him.
Yes.
Perhaps said, "Pull your pants up, mate. This isn't the right environment for you to be doing that."
Excuse me very much. I'm trying to take a leak here. Okay? A bit of privacy as I take a leak onto the footbridge.
Excuse me, I pay my money. I am a member of this football club. I will PI55 wherever I want.
I can urinate wherever I please. Thank you very much. Okay? I pay my Port membership. No, you can't piss on the bridge, mate. What are you talking about? Oh, what a disaster for Port Adelaide fans. That's all good, though. Regroup against either the Bulldogs or the Hawks next week.
Oh, dear.
Let's talk about something much more positive, shall we?
Please.
And that is the 6:15 vending machine quiz. Some of the prizes, if you don't mind. 5-course dinner at Kingsford, the Barossa's Orleana restaurant. Lads, double passes walk to the Velo Adelaide 500 Saturday after race concert series. And just for getting on air, you'll score yourself a family pass to the Royal Adelaide show. How good. First question coming up next. It's Jodie and Hazy. Good morning. I think it's everyone's biggest fear that when you go under the knife for surgery, that the doctor could make a huge decision that turns out to cost your life. And that is, he picks up or takes out the wrong organ. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And you'd be just alarmed to know just how often this happens.
Really?
Particularly in the beautiful state of Florida.
Oh.
They do things a little bit different over in the South in America. Am I right, producer Emily? America. Woo.
Woo, go Vikings.
She gets it. A man who had a medical emergency while in vacation died on the operating table after the surgeon mistakenly removed his liver instead of his spleen.
Oh.
His name was William Bryan. He was from Alabama. He was visiting the Florida Panhandle last month. What's the Panhandle do, by the way?
What is the Panhandle?
What the hell is the Panhandle?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's the shape of the state. Okay.
So he suddenly began experiencing lower left abdominal pain. He and his wife, Bev, went to the Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital, which is between the Panhandle and Panama City. Doctors were concerned about an
think it's
abnormality
Panama,
in his
but anyway.
Panama. I just got to say it with confidence. So Brian underwent a hand-assisted laparoscopic splenectomy procedure.
Laparoscopic spleen.
There it is.
Yep.
In the middle of the surgery,
Yeah.
the doctor removed Brian's liver instead of his spleen.
Oh.
The surgical gaffe resulted in immediate and catastrophic blood loss, resulting in death.
I mean, 13, 24, 10, are you a doctor? Is it easy to confuse your liver and your spleen? I don't know. Do they look similar? Are they different?
Are you Dr. Nick? So in a situation like this, it's hard not to make an analogy and compare this particular medical procedure with Port Adelaide's attempt at winning a qualifying final last night. Is Port Adelaide the doctor last night? And was the qualifying final the surgery? And for goodness sake, did they take out the liver instead of the spleen? Because that was surgery gone so wrong. And we've already spoke about this morning. There's a small bed and it's full of poo and blood now.
Yeah.
Well done, Port Adelaide. Well done.
Someone died on the table last night.
Oh my God, someone died. They flatlined aggressively last night. Boys, that's a liver, not a spleen. Put it back, put it back, put it back. Oh, the Cats won by nearly 100.
It is that time where we recap on everything that's happened during the week. I mean, not everything, because there are a few things that we couldn't include in the diary because we're at primary school.
That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
So
And straight away, there's a couple of particular moments where I was like, oh boy, I hope the beautiful kids at Thornton Park Primary don't leave with a scar.
Well, that's why they were deliberately omitted. All right, you ready for this?
Oh, let's do it. This is the week that was through the beautiful eyes of Jodie.
Geordie's Diary.
Dear Diary, well, this week got off to a flyer.
Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Good morning and welcome to your Thursday.
Thursday, someone's ahead of themselves.
Thursday come from? We're not even remotely close to Thursday.
You wish, jellyfish.
We were feeling fancy, as we like to say on this show, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. La-dee-dum. Jump aboard the Port Adelaide finals train, you guys.
Port Adelaide aggression.
It's got Kath and Kim vibes about it, isn't it? When she sings.
Yellow and black.
The Tigers, yellow and black.
Rosie. Question 3, who's the captain of Port Adelaide, please? Come on.
Oh, number one in your programs, number one in our hearts. Congratulations, Tracy.
We also learned Andrew is a proper pretend journalist. Big thanks to our work experience kid who just did the sport there from the newsroom. How
That
good.
was me.
Oh!
That was me. That was my first go.
How'd you go?
Give me 4 or 5 goes, and then by the time I get my sort of feet planted, I'll be going like this. Port Adelaide and Geelong will release their sides ahead of tomorrow night's qualifying final at Adelaide Oval.
Why do news people do that? I don't... There are so many people who have a news voice. It's not,
Jodie Oddie, 10 news first.
that's not how I say it. And while the power taking on Geelong was the clash of the week, it had nothing on Hayes v Oddie in the Royal Adelaide Show Great Frittata Bake Off.
Let's all get frittatas all up in her.
Well, I've been making frittata for decades, Dal, so I hope you've brought your A game.
I've been making frittatas for decades, Dal.
I mean, let's be honest, as if the man can find ingredients anytime, anywhere. And I'm sorry I couldn't talk then. We were just having an off-air discussion about men and how they can't find things and how you'll walk to the fridge and go, hey, Cara, where's the mayonnaise? And she'll walk over and go, it's right in front of your face.
And sometimes I do it, and the mayonnaise is like, "Oi, I'm right here," and it like literally reaches out and slaps me on the face. I'm like, "Get out of my face! I'm looking for the mayonnaise." It's a strange situation.
Oh dear, men, am I right?
We digress.
Can't live with them. Also can't live with them. Okay, 8 o'clock, birthday payday. We all strongly suspected Katy Perry was unhinged. This week, confirmation.
It's like if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your sucked. I mean, like, literally, that is my love language. I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the f***ing dishes. I'm so sorry. I will suck your
Does she sound really unhinged?
I can buy a red Ferrari. You better believe you're getting your dick sucked.
Who knew you did the best Katy Perry?
I found my calling. My best impersonation is unhinged Katy Perry.
And while this will give you hemorrhoids,
Yellow
yellow and black.
We learnt pregnant producer Em has a resilient bot.
Producer Emily, you're in the midst of having your second baby. Have you had hemorrhoids?
No. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
I wouldn't be bragging when you're a month out of pushing this one out.
Number two. How did you get
Number
through
two, appropriately.
What do you mean?
that? So number two, like, how did you get through having a baby, not having hemorrhoids?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm just elite down there, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Let's hope baby Sonny does too. Why?
Geez, H trying to force it out.
Yeah,
We
they
were watching our 11th-month son the other day, and he's looking at us going, and you knew exactly what was going on. It was intense. We're like, calm down there, son. You're going to get yourself some hemorrhoids.
I know, and also they go so red in the face, don't
Yeah.
they? It's like if you're trying to be subtle about what you're doing right now, you're not.
No, no.
No.
If he could talk, he'd be like,
And we'll finish the week how we started with a right royal battle of the bangers balls up.
A Royal Show is the theme for Battle of the Bangers this week.
Yeah, so we could interpret that any way we like. Royal show, put the two together. Royal show. What I managed to come up with was a bit of a princess theme, more specifically two princes from the Spin Doctors. Hit play, please. Oh no!
So, thank you in advance. This is why you should never vote for Jodie's Battle of the Bangers song. You don't even know what you're selling anymore. You want to start that again? Like, what do you want to do with it?
No, I'm sorry. That's the one I was going to go with. That I changed my mind.
Oh my very goodness.
So to our girl Katie. You better believe you're going to get the pair. And to all the straining toddlers.
You're like,
Go off this weekend, kings and queens. All my love, Jodie. Take it away, Kano.
I love Jodie's Diary. It's my favourite segment on radio.
Battle of the Bangers.
What an incredible space this has become. Battle of the Bangers right now is tied. Scores are level, which is just so ridiculous to me.
So we had a tie, I reckon, 2 weeks ago, which was unprecedented. We've never had a tie on Battle of the Bangers. We can't have 2 ties in 2 weeks.
Imagine that, though.
Oh my goodness!
Imagine if we did that. I wouldn't be unhappy with that. Sharing the podium.
So the theme this week was Royal Show. We could interpret that any way we wanted to. I fulfilled the brief and went the royal path.
Yeah, like you were
As in-
there, but you weren't there. Do you know what I mean? Like the lights were on, and by lights I mean you had the porch light on. And I'm pretty sure that's solar powered. Like, you didn't actually even flick a switch. That just automatically came on. So we had the illusion that things were going on, but maybe they weren't.
Okay, well,
yesterday was an absolute dog's breakfast
I
when
might
we were
have-
trying to sell your song.
Anyone who just heard the diary would have heard that I said the wrong song. I said the song that I was tossing up with. Anyway, I confused myself, which is not the first time, won't be the last. So the actual song that I've gone for is King of Wishful Thinking by Faux.
I mean, this is a safe space where we can talk about sometimes what gets said in between the songs. And producer Emily had to tell you who sings this song.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not okay. You don't even believe in your own product.
Do you know the
Do you know what really annoys me? Is that you're probably going to win this thing and you're going at it 30%.
Yeah.
All right? You're in first gear and you're smashing it.
Do you know, such is the lack of faith in me on this program. Not only did producer M say, do you know who sings your song? And then in my ears, producer Zoe was like, now, do we know the song that you're selling this morning? Anyway, what's yours?
All right, so King of Wishful Thinking by Go West up against Big Brother's New Flow.
This is Big Bro.
Taking over the show, and that is your link to the Royal Adelaide Show. What about these guys? Talk about a one-hit wonder, 2002. These guys are a British R&B group. Who knew that these guys were even British? Anyway,
Since
I
when?
guess I've done my research. So so simple too. It was just on Wikipedia, Joe.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Come on.
Since when, though, can we choose a Battle of the Bangers song based on one word in the song that pertains to the theme, the overarching theme of Battle of the Bangers?
Are you kidding? You've done, what was your Def Leppard one again?
That was for the leap year.
Oh, yeah.
And because collective noun for leopards is a leap of leopards.
Oh my gosh.
That was most
That's
ridiculous.
A stretch. That's a stretch.
I can see that was a stretch. This is a stretch. This is a big show. Oh, okay. That'll do. That'll do for the Royal Adelaide show theme.
All right.
Okay, mate.
Well, the stage is set. So you've got the King of Wishful Thinking by Go West up against Big Brother's New Flow. So get voting because it's so tight. You're ahead by 2. I need this. At Jody and Hazy on Instagram, we're going to announce the winning song at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'll leave you with this. If you
here
like
we
puppies, vote for my song. Time now, though, to speak to a very special guest, and I am delighted to say that 7 News' Amelia Mulcahy joins us. G'day.
Good morning. It is so nice to see you all.
So nice to see you. We've sort of scoured the receptions. We went there. She's
She's continuing. I got here and I was like, Jones, you haven't been saying anything about my height, have you? She's like, no.
no.
Yeah, that's it with your meals, by the way. Just a playful little grab.
Oh,
That's
it's
okay.
fine. If you can't laugh, you'll cry.
That is very, very true. Hey, Mills, welcome back to the screens of 7 as well.
Thank
in
you.
a full-time basis. You eased your way back in, but
I did a
you are
couple of
officially
days here
back.
and there, plug some holes, and but back in weather this week, which has been really nice. It's been a busy week. Gosh,
Yeah.
a lot happening. The show,
Yeah.
Adelaide Oval, and that's all I'm talking about. Last night,
I was going to say, are you a Port supporter? You are.
I'm one of those annoying people that I'm just happy to be here.
Yes.
I love all South Australian teams.
Thank
I know
you.
you can't say that, but it's genuinely how I feel.
That's exactly how I feel as well. And this one thinks that I'm abnormal for thinking that way.
It's not abnormal.
I feel like, Mills, tell me if I'm wrong here, but you're a South Australian through and through,
Yeah.
aren't you? I feel like if you're a staunch Port supporter, you genuinely hate the Crows, and if you're a staunch Crows supporter, you genuinely want to see Port not do well.
I just
That's
don't hate
how
anyone.
South Australians, proper South Australians are bred. I feel like.
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No, I think there's a space for people who like to see other people do well.
ELE for Amelia Mulcahy.
People of
Everybody
any
love
height.
Everybody.
Yeah.
People of any height.
Mills, I want to talk to you about, you've had mat leave twice now. You've
Yes.
got 2 beautiful babies.
I've just been talking to producer Em about it.
Yeah. The juggle's real.
The jungle is real.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. My beautiful little boy Ted, who is almost 1, of course had a cold all week. So Sunday night, I'm like, just listening. I'm like, I can hear him on the baby monitor sniffing, and we've had a cold all week because. That's just, as mums know, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Imagine having to call in sick to look after your kid on your first day back.
Seriously. I was like, I just can't do this.
Because I think there's a perception that you just turn up, read the weather, and that's that.
No,
your day is full.
There are a few more things that happen. You know, we get in there. People still think that, though. So what do you do for the rest of the day? Research,
yeah.
write the weather.
But
Well, does it not write itself?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
and people are
that's
stunned
crazy,
that
isn't it?
Amelia and all weather girls write their own weather. I shouldn't say weather girls, there's weather boys.
Yeah, or we just go weather presenters.
Yeah.
Good. Inclusive.
Good.
Yeah. I thought you just sort of turned around and licked the finger and went, well, it's not raining.
It's funny
That's it.
because I've worked with you for so long, but I still think you might think that.
So what? So you're telling me that's not true? That's crazy.
I mean, I love that he's throwing shade at what you do when... describe the sports department at Channel
Honestly.
7, please.
Old mate over here gets changed in the hallway.
Yes.
Before he comes in to read Arvo News.
It's a-
Literally, there are changing rooms.
Yes.
You could get changed in there, and instead I'm like, there he is, just like, it's literally like a cartoon. He's just throwing stuff out of his locker and getting changed.
Mills,
and-
I've been at the Adelaide Oval with him where just underneath the stands during a Port game, he's getting changed into a suit to go and MC something. The man doesn't believe in getting changed behind closed
Yes,
doors.
we're a very
do what
open
you gotta
group.
do.
You do what you got to do, and we're a very open group. The undies are always on. Never take to the
Good.
next level.
Thank you.
That's
We're
okay.
a very open group.
That's
I
okay.
mean-
We get through. Mills, thank you so much for joining us. And just quickly before we go, we're giving away Royal Adelaide show passes to anyone who
So
gets on
good.
air. So we've got so many. Where are you at with the show with the kids?
Where
Where are you
with
guys
your
at?
kids.
Oh, what do we do?
Yeah, are you there yet? Because it's an adventure.
We do. We do go to the show, but I'm yet to tell my daughter. So my eldest, who is 5, that the Showbag Pavilion exists. And so we enter, we enter from Leader Street.
Yes.
So we don't go past Sideshow Alley.
Clever.
We go around the animals and do other fun things. And then we go back out Leader Street.
Yeah. So the
That's
other...
very clever, by the way. Very clever.
So I spent a lot of time at the show, though, with the weather. So,
So
I
I
mapped
was
it out.
walking home from school the other day with the 11-year-old and the 5-year-old, and the 11-year-old goes, "Mum, we're going to the show." And the 5-year-old, I could see her little brain tick over, and she's like, "What is this show that you speak of?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, honey, we might go." And she's like, "What is the show, Mummy? And does Mrs. Cardo know about this as a teacher?
Who else knows about
Why
this?"
doesn't the teacher tell me about
the show?
Yes.
Amelia Mulcahy from Channel 7 News, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you
this
for having
morning.
me, guys.
Thanks for coming.
There you go.
You can go play with the...
Oh, my God.
Just a bit of height shaming going on.
Oh,
That's
we
nice,
love
isn't
her.
it?
We love Mills.
Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
Yep, but two musical athletes who just, I mean, the hatred between us in this space is just, I'll tell you what, they'll do a documentary on it one day.
Yeah.
It'll be an ESPN documentary. And much like when Kobe and Shaq came together years and years later and squashed their beef, I
Yep.
feel like we could be in the same sort of category.
It's going to take a while, though.
I can't believe I just compared us to Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
How ridiculous.
I'm pretty
How
sure...
insanely ridiculous.
So just to paint the picture, there is a basketball ring here at Thornton Park in the gym.
Yeah.
And who'd you call yourself?
I'm not sure. Who did I call myself?
think
You
you
were
called
calling
us-
yourself Steph Curry.
No, you were calling yourself Steph Curry, thank you.
As I gracefully shot an air ball. Curry!
Oh, dear. All right. The theme this week was Royal Show. We could interpret that any way we liked. I took it literally. Royal, Kings, King of Wishful Thinking.
Right, so that was an interesting selection.
What was the soundtrack? What movie was this from?
I don't know, some movie in the bloody 60s? I don't know. Well, clearly it's from an old...
It's from an all-time classic.
You set yourself up here.
Julia Roberts' Pretty Woman. Thank
Oh,
you.
is it?
It's not the 60s.
Really?
At least the 80s.
And you want us to just... you just set yourself up there, beautiful.
Okay.
All right, Interesting Space versus New Flow by Big Brothers from 2002. There it is. And that's the link. This is Big Bro taking over the show. Maybe it's taken over the Royal Adelaide show in Adelaide. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, I mean, that was their only hit, so they're probably performing at the Royal Adelaide show on the Jubilee Pavilion.
Oh, they're doing the New Flow tour, which isn't as profitable as it was in the early 2000s.
All right.
Oh, let's bring in producer Zoe. Good morning to you, Zoe.
Good morning, friends. How are we this morning?
Yeah, pretty good,
thank
thanks.
you.
Pretty nice.
Bit nervous, maybe. The score is awfully close, 16-14 in Cody's
Super
favour.
nice. Oh, I need this too.
Oh, okay.
Another tight one, as you know, right up until the last second. I'll tell you, the final score was 47% to 53%.
Whoa.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I wonder.
Hazy on the comeback. Hazy won.
Oh, what? Do you know what got me over the line? My last little plea. I said, if you like puppies,
Yeah.
vote for my song.
I guess
I guess a lot of people like puppies out there.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys.
And I think last week it was, if you like females and women, vote for my song. You are so
I said-
disgustingly desperate.
I said, if you are a woman or you know a woman or like a woman, vote for my song. That's just the bottom of the barrel for me.
You are-
I've never been more desperate in my life.
You are so
Oh,
gross.
my God.
Anyway, play your song that has nothing to do with the theme. Go on then.
Oh, gosh, I guess I'm on the comeback trail. Is that what it's about? Big Brothers' New Flow Royal Show theme this week. This is your winning song. Hey, turn it up. You haven't heard it for years. You might not hear it again for the rest of your life. So just enjoy it. Hey, pretend it's a fresh hit. Nova 919.